नहमदु व नसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़्दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Last week we have started the journey of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam towards Madina, the importance of Hijrah. Now this week we will see the challenges in Madina. We know that human beings have many differences based on color, language, culture, religion, ideas, race, geographic origin, and political division. In human history, whenever two or more such different people come to live together, it creates tensions among them and leads to war and civil unrest. The strong always try to dominate the weak. One always enslaves the other. The love of their own color, tribe, race, and nation is so deep rooted in people that they automatically start hating or even harming those who are different from them. In Medina, Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam faced the task of making one ummah or community from different tribes of Arabs, outside residents, Jews, and Christians. The task was so difficult that it could in fact be done only by a prophet. If mankind wants to get rid of its prejudice and unite in one ummah, then it must follow the teachings of Islam and the example of Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We shall in this book see what problems Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had in building one ummah in Medina and how he resolved them. The people of Medina were overjoyed. They had their prophet and their brothers in faith with them. It was a great honor. The Muhajirin were very happy. Also, they were with Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They were living among their brothers in faith. They were free at last. The Muhajirin no doubt missed their homes, friends, relatives, and most important of all, their city. The difficulties of the new life of Medina reminded them of the comforts they had left behind. But none of them complained when he remembered his home and the love of his relatives in Mecca. No one desired to go back. They looked forward to a new life in their new city. Medina was their home for now on. Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, however, faced many challenges in Medina. Practical difficulties of making one ummah of different groups and established an Islamic state were formidable. First of all, there were problems within the Muslim ummah. There were two powerful Arab tribes in Medina, Aus and Khazraj. What were the names of the tribe? There were two tribes in Medina and the names were Aus and Khazraj. They disliked each other. One would not accept the leadership of the other. They had many differences. They fought many wars. The memory of the tribal war of both was still fresh in their minds. They were ready to fight each other again on any small pretext. Their enemies and the Jewish tribes in Medina wanted them to continue to fight so that they would become weak and poor. Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had to teach them to love and live with each other as good Muslims. The Muhajirun from Mecca were mostly Quraysh, but even among them were some people of other nationalities. For example, Bilal radiallahu anhu was from Habsha and Suhaib radiallahu anhu was from Rome. There were also from the other Arab tribes who accepted Islam and lived in Mecca. These people were different from each other in many respects, but they had lived together as Muslim in Mecca under the training of Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They had experienced the love with brotherhood in Islam creates in the heart of believers. The Muhajirun and the Ansar not only belonged to different tribes, they had no experience of living together. The Ansar welcomed the Muhajirun, but did they understand what it would mean for their own life? They had to share their merge resources with the Muhajirun. In the future, they were going to face war from the Kuffar. No one could say that they would still be brothers to each other after the initial welcoming period was over. One could easily fear the start of the civil war and the return of the days of Jahiliyyah. As we have discussed in earlier period, what was the Jahiliyyah and how they were behaving in the period of Jahiliyyah. Rasul Akram ﷺ was sent by Allah to bring mankind together and to teach even to the adversaries the art of living together. Allah proclaimed the mission of Rasul Akram ﷺ, and we have not sent you except the giver of good tidings and a warner for the entire mankind. This ayat was mentioned in Surah Sabah, Surah number 34, ayat number 28. This divine vision of Rasul Akram ﷺ's mission would have remained only an idea if he had not shown through his personal example how mankind could be united and taught to live together. With the arrival of Muhajirun, Madina became a city in which several nations lived.